If you have found Overcoming the Dragon ministry to be a source of strength and help to your spiritual walk in these trying times, why not show your support today? Just $1 a month from each of our listeners will help with operating costs and keep us on the air. The Prince of Darkness is bringing his full wrath in these last days, and Overcoming the Dragon ministry stands ready to defend the gospel and overcome his lies with the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Brother Skinner relentlessly marches forward through enemy lines, tearing down Satan's strongholds and setting the captives free. Your investment in this ministry, large or small, will be rewarded in this life and the life to come. God bless you.
Well, have you heard, folks, that Donald Trump is changing the name of his company? His daughter's trying to save the brand, but it doesn't look good. And it makes you wonder if Donald Trump was willing to, well, in some cases, it looks like he threw his own family under the bus. Because he's not leaving them the Trump brand. No, he's not. They're trying to change the name to, I think, Scion right now. Or Skyon or Scion or something like that. Anyway, the point is, and that's interesting in itself because the name is actually attached to a car, a car that didn't do too well. So they picked a name that is synonymous with a car that didn't do well. So I think it was like a little kind of a sports car or something, economy car or something like that. But it didn't do very well. But the point is here was this a good decision on Donald Trump's part to, go outside the lines of, what is decent and right, to go outside those boundaries and sacrifice his own brand? It wasn't because he ran for president that he sacrificed his brand or his brand became toxic. That's not what made his brand toxic. What made his brand toxic is the way he ran for the president of the United States. Okay? And so if he will destroy his own name, his own brand, what he worked all his life for, and leave his children with starting over, really. They have a bunch of properties, but now they don't have a name anymore. And I'll tell you right now, Ivanka's not very happy about this. Not happy at all. She probably thought she was going to receive, this name, this Trump brand name, and be able to continue it, be able to continue the legacy. And I'm sure the boys thought the same thing. But this is the hard truth, that he's pretty much taken that name right through the mud. I mean, he has really... he did some things and said some things while he was running for president he didn't need to say or do, okay? Just like he, accuses Hillary Clinton, rightly so, but even though how he accuses her, all she had to do was do the right thing, and she would have been fine. But she broke the law. But see, Donald Trump, all he had to do was do the right thing. He never would have hurt his brand if he would have just conducted himself in a manner that was conducive to, a winner, in my opinion. But what we saw in his character, or should I say lack thereof, as he was running for president, is who he really is, people. Okay? Make no mistake about it. The person that just was elected president of the United States, we just saw who he is as he was running for president. Okay? You don't just change your spots overnight. You don't change overnight. It doesn't happen that way. Without question, he was told to tone it down, and he did. He reined it in towards the end. But that doesn't, in any way, does not delete or remove, all the months and months of lack of character, lack of bad decisions, and just opening his mouth and letting things roll out of his mouth. He has no self-control. He has no filter. Donald Trump does not have a filter. He says whatever he wants to say, and then he tries to cover it up after he says it. Well, that doesn't work when it comes to diplomacy and it comes to international affairs, people. You understand what I'm saying? Donald Trump could say the wrong thing and could cause a nuclear war, all right, just with his mouth. I don't know if you understand that. But as bad as Barack Obama was, at least he had self-control when it came to what he said. I'm going to tell you right now, Donald Trump is, just like he said, no different than he was in first grade. Those are his own words. So we've got a first grader in the White House now. Can you believe that? We have a first grader that was handed a few $1 million from his dad. He reinvested it wisely to some degree. And because of corruption, because of getting breaks and bailouts from banks and such, that's what's kept Donald Trump afloat. I just found out today that he owns probably half of the buildings that his name is on. He doesn't even own most of those. A lot of those buildings he doesn't even own in Manhattan, in New York, and he's got his name on them because he had a licensing deal with these people that bought him out, that he sold out to. He couldn't finish the projects. So now this is a man that starts projects but can't finish them. He's known for this. He's notorious for a man that starts things and does not finish them, okay? Now, as far as I wanted to bring this up. As far as the skating rink that he built, he only did that for one reason and one reason only. He didn't do that because he wanted to, add some kind of a public service or in some way add something to the community. That was not his objective at all. He was using that for his brand. He was using that for a name. Okay? He seized that opportunity. He said, hey, nobody's getting that job done. I'm going to go down there and get that job done, and I'm going to use that to make my name better. Okay? Now, everything that Donald Trump has done from this point on has been about his name. It's been about his image, right? His brand, okay? But he just destroyed that. He destroyed his image. He destroyed his brand. He destroyed even the future of his children. He just destroyed. And it's hard to say it's even a sacrifice, because usually when you sacrifice something, it's for the good, right? Well, no. He didn't sacrifice his Trump brand for good. He sacrificed it for pride and arrogance, just because it's on his bucket list, because he wants to sit in the Oval Office. This is a first grader here, people, with aspirations of a first grader. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? He's not going to listen to his candidates, his cabinet. He's not going to listen to those that he hires to be around him. He's going to do his own thing. Now, even I try to help you to see this. I wish I could get a recording of these young children saying these things, or maybe I'll repost the video or something. But these young kids were asked what they thought of Donald Trump, and most of them said he was a spoiled brat. I mean, they were describing Donald Trump as a little child that throws tantrums. These were young 6 and 7 and, 8, 9, 10-year-olds here, people. You understand what I'm saying to you? That this is the way they saw Donald Trump. It blows my mind that the blindness, the idiocy, but the blindness and the blindness, I guess, the darkness that this country is going into is just absolutely stunning. It's stunning. It is breathtaking to see the country choose a first grader mentality, a bully with a first grader mentality that makes deals that usually he cannot even afford to pay for. If anybody has sold out this country, people, Donald Trump has. Because he starts a project in the United States and then he sells it to Asia, to Tokyo, to Japan. You understand what I'm saying to you? Donald Trump has sold his properties to other countries, other elites in other countries that now own those properties. And that's what's going on in America. Donald Trump is leading the way to selling out America, people. Wake up and realize what's going on here. This country is being sold out by those like Donald Trump that start projects and can't finish them. Doesn't the Bible talk about the man that tears down his building and builds greater buildings? What about the one that Jesus talked about that intended to build a tower, right? But he couldn't finish it. And everybody stood around and laughed when he couldn't finish building. Is that going to be the legacy of Donald Trump's candidacy? That America has become a laughing stock because every single thing Donald Trump said he would do, he never delivered upon? Because that's the way it's looking, people. Because if Donald Trump treats his presidency like he does his life, like he does his own business, this country will tank and he will sell it. He will sell it to the highest bidder, just like he has all the other buildings that he's done that with. He will do with America, people. He will sell out this country. He just destroyed his own name in leaving his children with peanuts compared to what he could have left them with. Make no mistake about it. Donald Trump is on a path of destruction that has absolutely no self-control. He has no temperance. Are you listening? He's married to a model that basically sold her body to make money. Naked and nude pictures. That's who the First Lady is, people. Make no mistake about it. This is what America's becoming. Is this what America's becoming? Pornography and filthiness in the White House beyond measure. You know, and I know that Donald Trump still frequents the Playboy Mansion. He's best friends with the founder. Are you listening? You better wake up, people. You better realize what's going on here. Donald Trump's going to sell this country out. He's going to sell it out, people. And it seems like to me, Barack Obama knows about it because he's selling out America too. Hillary Clinton knows about it because she was going to sell out America too. This is a big sellout. This country's being sold. And yes, to the highest bidder. Piece by piece. Property by property. Real estate. Big corporations. Yeah. It's sad, but we're watching it. This country is being sold. Like to hear your comments. God bless you.